In a small, remote village, there lived an old farmer who had a single magnificent horse that was his most prized possession. One day, the horse broke through its fence and ran away. The farmer's neighbors all came to console him. "Oh, what terrible luck," they said, shaking their heads. "Your only horse is gone." The old farmer simply shrugged and replied, "Good luck? Bad luck? Who knows?" A week later, his horse returned, and it was not alone. It had led a herd of a dozen wild horses back to the farmer's property. The neighbors, hearing the news, rushed over to celebrate. "What incredible luck!" they exclaimed. "Now you have 13 horses!" The old farmer looked at the new horses and replied calmly, "Good luck? Bad luck? Who knows?" The very next day, the farmer's only son was trying to tame one of the wild horses when he was thrown off and his leg was badly broken. The neighbors gathered once again, this time with sorrowful faces. "Such awful luck," they lamented. "Now your son, your only help, is injured." The farmer, tending to his son's leg, replied with the same quiet refrain, "Good luck? Bad luck? Who knows?" A few weeks later, the emperor's army marched into the village, forcibly conscripting every able-bodied young man for a brutal war from which few were expected to return. The neighbors wept as their sons were taken away. But when the soldiers saw the farmer's son with his broken leg, they passed him by. That evening, the neighbors came to the farmer's house. "You were right all along," they said, their voices full of awe. "Your son was spared. It was the best of luck." The old farmer looked out at the quiet road where the soldiers had marched away and said one last time, "Good luck? Bad luck? Who knows?" We live our lives in a constant rush to label our experiences. But this story teaches us a profound lesson in humility. We see only a tiny fragment of a much larger picture that is constantly unfolding. The event that seems like a disaster today might be the very thing that saves you from a worse fate tomorrow. And the victory you celebrate now might lead to unforeseen challenges down the road.